Kigahara, Nujo, and 2 types of hell. Shokai made a throne of moss and petrified limbs inside the wind tunnel of the Jukais, unaware of both his speculative views and subconscious intent to harm the Buddhist community's future through precedent, sent himself forward on the Great Purge, fasting for 3 weeks at the base of Mount Fuji, with 2 types of hell waiting for him on the other side. The Great Screaming Hell, Viper's Chew Innards, Diamond Beak Hornet Hell, Stings. Woo! This next one is called Mongoloid Bodai Migraine. A Mongoloid Bodai with a vicious migraine asked his pupils if they had ever noticed his accentuated brow muscles, his crooked teeth, irrefutably horrible case of existential strabismus, his left eye facing west, his right eye staring at 20 men he once knew, all begging and purging their karmic stains below in isolated narakas of their own design. One stepped forward and asked to answer the question with another, to which the Bodai complied. Have you ever heard the story of a man with 20 names meeting the man with one, the young boy asked. No, replied the Bodai. The student summed up the parable with one sentence. The man with 20 names changed his face 400 times during the conversation, whereas the man with one never altered his expression. So I am going to read from the Anarchist Black Book of Poetry, which is now available on Crisis Chronicles Press. Please allow me to look at it. I wish I had some free copies to give you guys, but I just don't today, so.
Chuck Burrows is a cheap bastard.
Chuck Burrows is a cheap bastard, this next poem is called On Drugs and the Surrealist. Tonight, somewhere in the surrealist black skull, we are making fuck buddies and nicotine patches from grammar we learned in another life. A disembodied experience once became both the temple and the skyscraper, but it's all leveled now. Whole ditches of rubble and the commercial streamlining process. Building loopholes leading to new highways, sporting Venus and furs with the gang, and off to the next bitter soiree. When ketamine was small-town fashion, it would literally take nanoseconds to leap into an existential coma and burn the rails faster than the trains of the CB1 receptor. Brethren get by free. But there's horrible rumors circulating that these occurrences are limited to the mad and experimental. However, the surrealist knows it is as natural as nirvana. All it takes is the ability to create and believe that the mechanics of the mind use the tools of the trade. Drugs, metaphysics, Socratic method, and methadone, all hammers and wrenches, all working steadily to resurrect an ID, an ideal, or an idol. Having some issues up here. This next poem is called Stitching Up Your Constituency, and it's for Emma Goldman. Emma Goldman polished her shoes with the hairy tongues of rat-fit constituents who broke off ties with socialist comparison and gained favor with palpable politicians in return for the chance to rake out her eyes, eat all her teeth, and dull her wit. A long red thread strung out over the walls of her cell into the casket from a purchased triptych screen of legionnaires in black track suits and black bandanas. Nobody said that marching didn't mean there wasn't reason for it all, but god damn it! Kropotkin never liked dynamite, and threadbare as she may be, E.G. is really just another disheveled hairpin without makeup, so you can see where to pull the pin and throw the grenade. I'm making a complete mess of it. This one is called Inner City Toughs, Desolation Grifters. In my hair are the last remnants of Fred Hampton's sickle cell screenings, free lunch programs, cracked plastic empty trays with blood-smeared fingerprints around the edges, black junk angles and their mashed potatoes, and vicarious children who took this opportunity to become pygmy headhunters, surveying the driest patches of my scalp like Desolation Peak fire watchers who only smoke and build fires when conditions are most prone to the elements. The pigs, PYGs, burn up in old houses renovated after horrendous outbreaks of Chagas disease, lice, and the source of the fire being a 2-mile bridal gown tapered over the windows and singed on Windows Peak. Residential manifestos began appearing near the back, where I haven't had a barber cut a line in close to a year. Now manifestos describing how the young will lose you if you do not save them, how a young person is a slave to their own family, and the dynamics of estrangement. We count the school years together as the pygmies dive to their deaths from 30-story crinkle-fied curl buildings, bleeding out on my shoulders and ruining my only good fucking shirt. This was my last one. I'm actually going to dedicate this to Lindsey Thomas. I love you, baby.
We all love Lindsey.
Woo! It's a hot mama tonight, too. This one, this one's called OB Cut Job. Once, I took off my shirt at Santa Fe. She looked up at me and grinned like Charlie Daniels Lucifer, saying, "They don't know how to cut belly buttons in Kentucky, do they?" Evidently they don't. That's why you have an Audi. An Audi? I asked. I don't even own a car. No, she replied. An Audi. A shitty OB cut job. She wasn't grinning when she further explained.